Released on July 20th, 2020 on iOS, Island is a multiplayer game designed by Nada Studio. The studio labels the genre of the game as Battle Royale, recalling the style of Battle Royale that promotes last man standing gameplay such as Fortnite. Once you enter the game for the first time, there will be 3 avatars that you can choose from. A girl with an iconic yellow raincoat that is reminiscent of the protagonist from The Little Nightmare, or you may pick the lady dressed in a marinière with a sailor cap, or perhaps you want to be a benevolent and sophisticated fisherman. No matter which one you end up choosing, each character has 3 skin colors you can choose from, which adds a nice detail to facilitate players' identification and racial inclusion. After a brief tutorial, you will understand that the main objective of the game is to compete with other online players to find the only island amid the vast ocean using 3 types of navigation tools. The competition updates every 4 hours, and you may choose to enable notifications, along with a system that promotes daily reward. This game mechanic is a reminder of Charles Duhigg's The Habit Loop, and specifically Trin's concept of pathologizing habits into addictions in her book, Updating to Remain the Same, especially when considering some fervent players who have spent hundreds of hours playing that game, consistently upgrading their sailboats. For sure, the top sailors can always find the island within a few minutes after an update. Island is surely competitive, but it's also a game of relaxation with stunning visuals and sound design. The game also adds haptic technology, using vibrations to warn the player when approaching the whirlpool. It is an open-world game where players discover mini-games along their journeys to the island. Those small excursions are what I consider as metagames, since players may establish their own rules in terms of how to perceive those games. For instance, after knowing that the island has been found, I ended up detouring the mission, and instead starting to collect pearls and various types of fishes, making up a unique story to my liking. I have then unconsciously constructed a new narrative line that is outside the original intent of the game, a game behind the game, so to speak. However serene and beautiful the game is, I surely started to feel a sense of mundaneness and the everyday after several hours of playing. The game has implemented a small mechanic that allows players to greet each other when passing by, which does bring a little pleasure to play. However, this greeting is completely phatic, since you won't be able to make meaningful connections only if you befriend the other players. I added several virtual friends who are active players that win the competition regularly, and I was able to play along with one of them and chat a bit. I surely found pleasure talking to him, but just as Hodge mentioned in his article Phatic Communication, I'm now aware that this pleasure arises from the sheer fact of social being rather than mere communicating with someone, which is found in the felt relation of non-relation instanced by phatic sociability. In all, Island is a delightful game for meditation and relaxation. By walk through the application, I was able to reflect upon broad concepts of phatic communication, habits, and metagaming by analyzing the small constituents embedded in the game mechanics. This walkthrough method, therefore, has effectively sutured the gap between technology and cultural analysis.